Hi folks, welcome to this episode of Michael's Backyard Marina. Not the official name yet, still waiting for the votes to come in. I received in the mail today, or a UPS Today package, a new item for my boat. I've been wrestling around with a rope and an anchor for too long now this year already, and there's a better way to do it. And a diesel truck going by. And anyway, I've got the package showed up today. I'm going to show you unpackaging. I'm going to show you installing it. I'm going to try to do it a little bit step by step, but also some time lapse type stuff or speed things up, because you don't need to see all the busy work. You just need to see the important parts. So enjoy, and let's see how this thing goes. I'm really excited about it working and working well, so I can just hit one button, drop the anchor, and one button to bring it up, speed things along. So enjoy. All right, let's get busy unpacking and see what all we got here. Woo-hoo! Minn Kota Deck Hand 40 electric anchor winch. Okay, I got a couple quick comments about the Minn Kota Deck Hand 40, the Deck Hand DH40. The mounting holes, I'm mounting it to the bow of my aluminum boat. Most people might be mounting this to a plate that's kind of like my other plate I've got here for the autopilot. The only thing I don't like so far, and they don't really give clear instructions on it, they just say if you're mounting this, mount it here, because you can mount this davit away from the winch up to 2 feet away or right to it, and combine the holes to use one mount. They give you 6 rubber feet to go underneath it to make things nice and vibration free and noise free, hopefully deaden some of the vibration from the boat or this going through the boat. The only thing I don't like is how you have to unplug these wires to get to bolts underneath here. The one bolt underneath here you can't even get to where I'd like to mount, because the motor's in the way, and it looks like to remove things I don't want to disassemble any more than I have to, which is what it would require me to do right now. So I'm not really completely thrilled about that, but otherwise so far it seems pretty trouble-free. I've marked out, and I'm going to mount it with 4 holes here, a stabilizer hole back here, since these two are in combo. Put the rubber underneath here. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some out of some 1/2-inch starboard, some little squares with a hole in the middle. They can put underneath here to help distribute some of the pressure, so the nut's not directly on this aluminum. It'll actually have some place to spread the energy and vibration out, or the stress out further, so won't fatigue over time and end up cracking my aluminum on my boat. Other than that, so far so good. Stay tuned, keep watching, and we'll wrap this up here pretty quick, I think, because I've already got wiring ran. I've got to just plug in to power it up, and then I got to tie the winch on to the end with a short length of chain, and we'll have it wrapped up. The other thing I want to talk about, they didn't provide, was they provide you with nuts and washers, but no way of locking it. I like locking nylock nuts, or at least at the very least putting a lock washer on the bottom of everything, because the last thing you want to do is have this thing getting loose on you in operation. My boat's not a newer boat, it vibrates a little bit, different RPMs, pretty smooth for the most part, but this thing, everything can work loose over time, so why wouldn't you offer nylock nuts or a lock washer to come along with the kit? And these are the blocks I just cut up out of starboard material. It's just a plastic material that I'll put underneath here. That I'll put the washer, lock washer nut against. That'll spread the load out, like I said. So I'm going to drill holes in these and then keep moving forward and get this thing bolted down. Now, I know you guys are going to say, Michael, that's not a drill. It's actually a countersink. But it works well. It's 3/4 inch diameter. It makes a nice clean hole through thinner aluminum for me. So I'm going to put a hole right here. Now, what you always want to do when you do something like this, you want to put a rubber grommet on here. I know it's kind of hard to see. It's got a slot in it there. It's got a through hole. It's designed for a 3/4 inch hole. This will go into that hole that possibly has some sharp edges from drilling it and creates a nice, clean, let's see if I can show you here. Nice clean rubber protected hole edge to run your wires through. Okay, we're going to get a shot of this thing in action here. I'm going to go down and up a couple times with it. Well, folks, that turns out to be a pretty slick trick. It works really well. It's rigid. It's very rigid. More rigid than I could have expected, actually. It's hooked solidly to the boat. It functions flawlessly so far. Tomorrow, we're going to do an all-day fishing trip. My wife and I are going to see if we can go catch some catfish or crappie or anything that's biting and give this thing a workout. Now, when you work the switch, you can go down and leave it down, and as it gets slack, or gets more tension on it, it'll keep letting rope out until you turn it off. So you can let it go out until the anchor does what it's supposed to do and tips over and grabs, and then you can lock it from moving anymore from there. But then you just hit the up button and it just sucks this bad boy right up, and it acts pretty quick, as you can see. And there again, I bought this a couple days ago, and I was wondering if it was going to be worth the money. Right now, looks pretty positive. I could see me putting another one of these on the back of my boat and double anchoring. Say if you're in a river or anything that's, you want to hold the boat in better position so it doesn't rotate around on you. It's a little cheaper than buying the very expensive Minn Kota trolling motor that has the anchor lock, which that'll be on my next boat, I'm pretty sure. But for now, I got to keep it a little bit less expensive and enjoy this year's fishing. So, got any questions? Feel free to comment. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope maybe it made it easier for you to make a decision to buy a MinnKota Deck Hand. And this thing can handle up to a 40-pound anchor. It takes a minimum of a 20-pound anchor to make it actuate, or to actually work. So stay tuned. Watch out for more videos, folks. I'm going to keep them coming. Thank you, and have a great day. And enjoy fishing, folks.